Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra September 10, 2024. Today's moon can have you feeling more invested in your work or daily routines. Fixing problem areas of your life can be satisfying. However, not everything is clear-cut today. Conversations can be meandering or annoyingly passive-aggressive. The desire to improve and grow is likely the reason behind today's impatience, and toning down impulsiveness is your best bet to achieve it. You're holding more tightly to your individuality, but it may be best to find ways to combine your desire for independence and good company. It may be best not to communicate something important until you're more confident about how you feel. But while your ability to concentrate may suffer today, it's a good time to explore potential interests. Pallas, the mighty asteroid of wisdom, courage, and diplomacy, has shifted into Sagittarius as of today. While the asteroids don't often create intense shifts that are quite as noticeable as the movements of the luminaries and planets, they do still grant us unique information about life. The asteroids are the embodiment of divine feminine goddesses and teach us about embracing that power within our lives. In Sagittarius, Pallas will encourage you to understand life through your sense of adventure and curiosity. Focus on these themes and energetic frequency and it will lead you forth in fascinating ways. Do you want to restructure your work and life balance? You may feel called to focus on your personal life at this time when the Sun in Virgo opposes Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Part of you may desire more time at home, focusing on your goals and loved ones. However, a greater part of you knows that this cannot happen if you are concerned with your career path and professional ambitions. Think about what you could move around, or who you could defer responsibilities to. It is time to change how you navigate your work and life balance. You have never been one to blindly conform to the group, but you certainly do care what people think of you. It's time to help them and yourself out and give them the information they need in order to really know you. You might want to first take a refresher course where you are concerned. Do you really know what you do and do not want? Disciplined exercise such as swimming and running give you the time to reflect on these questions while building our strength and self-esteem. Here is a day that will be particularly open and favor activities touching on communication and creativity. The way you express yourself will be of utmost importance, so don't forget that words always have a fundamental impact. Make projects for the future because this would be a particularly good period for it. Outside of having some words with those close to you, things should be constructive in your sentimental life. You are coming into a phase of peace and optimism. Take advantage of this and stop torturing yourself with trivialities and making comments that are out of place. Away from the noise of the working week, having the moon in your work sector can make it easier to hear yourself think. Mars' first weekend in your income sector signals early positive changes on both income and job fronts. To help monitor this, and to ensure you are taking a break before the new working week begins, Venus in a playful and creative part of your chart alongside a clash between the Sun and Saturn provides a powerful reminder about maintaining work and life balance. When the moon left your romantic sector yesterday, it wrapped up its only visit while Venus, the planet of love, is here. With Venus not leaving for another 2 weeks and the Sun due to return just before she leaves, Venus is able to hold on to the influence of these romantically charged lunar vibes along with the sense of resolve that your heart has developed over recent days. Our eyes in the sky. If you've ever been caught in that push and pull of wanting something deeply, yet feeling unsure of how to approach it, you're certainly not alone. We all experience those moments of longing paired with hesitation, those times when our desires feel powerful, but our path forward seems unclear. Today might bring some of those feelings to the surface, gently nudging you to confront them. But here's the thing, it's completely okay to take your time with this. There's no need to rush into decisions just because your emotions are heightened. Have you noticed how, when you give yourself a moment to pause and reflect, the right path often becomes clearer? It's like taking a deep breath after running suddenly. Things start to make sense again. One thing to keep an eye on today is the temptation to overindulge as a way of coping with these intense emotions. We all have our go-to comforts, right? Whether it's reaching for that extra slice of cake, pouring another glass of wine, or getting lost in endless scrolling on social media, it's easy to turn to these distractions when we're feeling uncertain. And while there's nothing wrong with treating yourself now and then, today might be a good day to stay mindful of those impulses. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, will this truly make me feel better in the long run? Often, what we really need isn't another quick fix, but simply a little space to breathe, a moment to reflect on what's going on beneath the surface. What if today, instead of reaching for that temporary distraction, you chose to sit with your feelings and see what they have to teach you? Despite the emotional challenges that might arise, there's also a powerful sense of mental and physical strength running through you today. You're stronger than you think, and this is the perfect time to tackle those tough decisions you've been avoiding. Maybe there's been something weighing on your mind for a while, a choice you've been putting off because it feels overwhelming or because you're unsure of the outcome. Today, you have the clarity and courage to face it head-on. Have you ever had one of those moments where you finally made a tough choice, and even though it was difficult, you felt an immense sense of relief afterward? That's the kind of energy you can tap into today. Trust yourself. Once you've made your decision, stand by it with confidence and resist the urge to second-guess yourself. Remember, you've got this. Think back to a time when you wanted something so deeply, but hesitated because of the unknown. Maybe it was a relationship that felt right but required a leap of faith. Or perhaps it was the desire to open up and share your true feelings with someone, but fear held you back. We've all been there, standing on the edge of wanting more but unsure of how to move forward. Today, instead of letting anxiety take the wheel, try to embrace those feelings with curiosity and self-compassion. Give yourself permission to explore what's behind that longing. What is it that you truly crave? Is it connection, understanding, or simply the comfort of being close to someone who gets you? And remember, you don't have to have all the answers right away. It's perfectly okay to take your time, to sit with your feelings, and to weigh your options before making any decisions. Sometimes, just allowing yourself to feel those emotions without judgment can help bring clarity. Have you ever noticed how, when you stop fighting your feelings and instead give them space to exist, the right path often reveals itself? Trust that in our own time, you'll find the clarity you're seeking. On the professional front, your energy and courage are at an all-time high. You're ready to take on the world, and you have everything you need to achieve your ambitions. But here's a little reminder: proceed with caution. It's easy to get sidetracked by intricate details that might seem fascinating but ultimately distract you from your main goals. Have you ever been so focused on one tiny part of a project that you lost sight of the bigger picture? It happens to the best of us. Today, try to approach things in a level-headed and sensible way. By concentrating on the most important tasks, you'll avoid unnecessary delays and reach a successful outcome more efficiently. Keep your eye on the prize and trust that you're moving in the right direction. Now, challenges may arise along the way, but here's the good news: not every difficult situation is as critical as it seems at first glance. When you're faced with what feels like a crisis, take a deep breath and react calmly. It's easy to let emotions flare up in stressful moments, but if you allow yourself to stay grounded, you'll notice that most disturbances blow over without causing any real damage. Have you ever found that after taking a step back and giving yourself some space to breathe, what seemed like a major problem wasn't so overwhelming after all? Today is a gentle reminder that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Just stay calm, stay collected, and trust that you'll make it through.